Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crystal Lake, Illinois for the first ever live video streaming of McHenry County Baseball, the number 16 team in Division II in the country, are taking on the Prairie State Pioneers, and we are underway with a swing and a miss on the first pitch by Alfonso Franks of Prairie State. The starting pitcher today for the McHenry County Scots is Michael Moore. Second pitch is in the zone, called strike. Count is 0-2 on Franks here, the leadoff man for the Pioneers, playing left field today for the visiting squad. Game one here, just underway. A little early, actually, 11:59. And if your plan was to tune in at 12, you're already going to miss the first strikeout from Michael Moore. A 3-pitch strikeout from the right-hander. Wearing number 35, the Scots are in their yellow jerseys with purple lettering, white pants today. On the other side, it's all gray for the Pioneers of Prairie State. Up now is Armani Sanchez. First ball thrown by Michael Moore is low to Sanchez. He's DHing today. And pitch number 2 is in there for a called strike. Count is 1-1 with one out. We're here in the top of the first at 0-0 between MCC and Prairie State. That one will miss and get away entirely from the glove of the catcher, Schwalbach. Good time to give you the defensive alignment for the MCC Scots. Schwalbach, like I just said, is behind the plate. Hackbarth over at third. Maristel is the shortstop. Castro's playing second. Peltz is the first baseman. The outfield from left to right, as that one's fouled off. Count is now 2-2. The outfield from left to right is Kanalakis, Janke, and Zerbel. The one player I didn't say there is the DH, Billy Howard. You'll see him in the bottom half of the inning, most likely. Again, swung on and fouled. This one fouled into the ground rather than up and away. Count stays 2-2 for Armani Sanchez. Two with one out here coming from Moore to Sanchez. Swung on and missed on the high fastball. And it is 2 batters, 2 strikeouts from Michael Moore. Only 9 pitches thrown from the right-hander. He threw a shortened 5-inning no-hitter 2 weeks ago and was named the JUCO Division II Pitcher of the Week. Now he'll see the catcher, Gabriel Chirinos. First pitch there, misses high. Count goes to 1-0. That one is swung on, popped up, and it'll get out of play. Count now even at 1-1 for the Pioneers backstop, Chirinos. That one swung on, fouled back. Count goes to 1-2. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning, possibly with 3 strikeouts for Michael Moore. The Scots right now trying to continue a 10-game winning streak that they're coming into this ball game with. Here's the 1-2. Foul ball right in front of the Prairie State dugout. For Chirinos, he's coming in, batting 200 on the nose. 1 home run, 8 RBIs. 1-2, coming again. Another foul ball. This one again to the side of the Prairie State dugout, but a little less force on it from the Pioneers catcher. Moore will get the sign from Schwalbach. He sets. Fires. That one will miss high, so now the deuces have been set wild. 2-2 with 2 outs here. Still top of the first, 0-0 between the Pioneers and the Scots. Gabriel Chirinos, the catcher, in the right-handed batter's box. Inside, he's pushed it full. 3-2 now, 16 pitches this inning for Michael Moore. Most of them to Chirinos. Chirinos able to extend the inning. We'll see the first baseman, Richard Woodruff, up next. And it misses high, so Chirinos fell behind 1-2, but is able to earn a walk out of the at-bat there. Using a couple foul balls there with that 2-strike count. He gets to first. Chirinos does have 3 stolen bases on the year. Caught stealing once. Now it is the first baseman, Woodruff. Big swing and a miss from the right-hander. Woodruff coming in. 57 at-bats. He's batting .386, 1 home run, 15 RBIs. That one will hit the zone. Count now 0-2 as Moore's come back to take command. Yet again, 20th pitch of the inning for Michael Moore upcoming. He's got Chirinos on. Back here in the bottom of the first, it's Marcus Maristella to lead off the Scots. The pitcher they'll be seeing today is Yoamis Mendez. First pitch into Maristella is a called strike. Count goes to 0-1. It's the bottom of the first inning. 0-0 is the score between MCC and Prairie State. 0-1 count coming in. That one swung on, hit to short. Caught up a little bit in the dirt. The throw over to first. And and it is in time to get Maristella there. So Maristella is down on the 6-3, and up steps the catcher, Mason Schwalbach. Just a two-pitch at bat there from Maristella to start off Yilmas Mendez's outing. The right-hander kicks and fires to Schwalbach, who just gets a touch on that one. Fouls it back. Count is 0-1. 3 pitches, 3 strikes from Mendez. Mendez, 6 foot, 200-pound sophomore out of Carabobo, Venezuela. That one hits the strike zone as well. Count is now 0-2 for Schwalbach, as Mendez not afraid of the strike zone in the early going. 4 pitches, 4 Ks. 4 strikes, I should say. 0-2 on the inside. Got a touch on Schwalbach there, so bailed out of the 0-2 count by the hit by pitch. He's going to get the free walk to first base. And just as I said it, I think I jinxed Mendez there. It's my bad. But so far, his pitches have either been strikes or have hit the batter. Next, Alex Janke steps into the plate. He's batting in the number 3 hole today. Center fielder for the Scots. First pitch misses low. Counts 1-0. That's the first ball thrown today. Technically. Hit by pitch goes down as a ball in the stat sheet. 1-0 count. Swung on, foul ball down the first baseline. Counts now 1-1. 1 out here. Schwalbach's on first right now. Schwalbach on the year, 2 for 2 on steal attempts. Don't expect him to go flying a ton over there, though. Swung on, fouled back. Count now 1-2 as Janke just got a piece of it. Janke coming in, batting .315, 14 RBIs, no homers. Does have a triple to his name, though. That one will miss, and then it will get by the catcher. It was in the dirt, so we'll go down as a wild pitch for Mendez as Schwalbach advances into scoring position. He's on second base, and the count goes to 2-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Two. Just misses. There, I think the catcher, Trinos, wanted it. But I missed outside. Full count now coming in to Alex Janke. Schwalbach on second. A glance and then fires. This one is popped up over to the right side down the line, and it's going to go foul. It will fall. Again, just like you can't see that from your camera angle, I don't have a great angle to see that either. Kind of just have to read the umpires and read the base runners. They'll do it again. Another payoff pitch coming from Mendez to Janke. 12th pitch of the inning and the outing for Mendez. Glance at Schwalbach, the pitch. And it'll just miss, so count expires as Janke will walk to first. Runners now on first and second as the 22-8, number 16 ranked MCC Scots try and extend their 10-game winning streak here against Prairie State. Billy Howard now with 2 on. Schwalbach on second. Janke on first. Mendez fires. That one will miss away. After starting with 4 straight strikes, once he hit Schwalbach, Mendez has struggled a little bit with control. Obviously a really good at-bat by Janke, though, to force the full count walk. 1-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the first, coming in to Howard. That one will miss as well. Counts now 2-0. Righty-righty matchup. Glance at Schwalbach still on second. That one is the first swing from Howard as he fouls that back. Count goes to 2-1. Howard DHing today. And Howard comes in a .408 batting average and 76 at-bats. He's got no homers but 23 RBIs, a triple, and 9 doubles. Just the guy you want up in this situation as he hits that deep to left field, but it is going to be corralled by Franks out there in the outfield. Made solid contact with it, but could not get it beyond the glove. Goes down as an F7, and out number 2 there as Ben Peltz, the first baseman, will step up now. Peltz coming in, .354 batting average, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. 2-out situation here with the runner in scoring position. Left-hander steps in. First pitch. Did he go? They asked the field ump. On appeal, he says no, he didn't. It just goes down as a ball high. Count is 1-0. That one is swung on, and it's going to get through between first and second. Scoring is Schwalbach from second, and an RBI single from Ben Peltz makes it 1-0. McHenry County College has the lead over Prairie State here in the bottom of the first. Schwalbach running on 2 pitches, got there pretty easily. Janke got all the way to third. That means it is runners on the corners now for Riley Zerbel. Zerbel coming in, a .310 batting average for him. 2 home runs, 15 RBIs. First pitch right up around eye level for Zerbel. Going to be a ball high. Count is 1-0. That one will miss low and away. Now it's 2-0. Real quick, we'll give you the outfield alignment for Prairie State. Chirinos is the catcher. Cortez is at third. Brody's the shortstop. Smith is playing second. Woodruff is over at first. The outfield from left to right is Franks, Civico, and Sutton. Mendez, the pitcher, throwing his 21st pitch of the inning. Just misses there. Count is 3-0. 3-0, 2 outs, runners on the corners after Pelt's RBI single to make it 1-0 MCC. Janke on third. And the 3-0 pitch. And it'll miss. Bases will be loaded here with 2 outs now, as 1 run could turn into a boatload more as Jaden Hackbarth steps up. Hackbarth, .269 batting average, 1 home run, 9 RBIs for him. Could add to that total here if he's able to extend the inning. The only hit for MCC was that Peltz single that scored Schwalbach. right now, nowhere to put Jaden Hackbarth. Mendez sets fires. Up and in, and another ball. 5 straight after giving up the RBI single. And finally we get a swing. That one is carrying out to left center, and coming over to make the catch is Savico. Savico grabs it and gets out number 3, so they leave the bases loaded, but the Pelts RBI single makes it 1-0 MCC as we head to the 2nd inning. Back here in the top of the 2nd, the first pitch there is fouled off. Just in the camera angle for you a little bit. As that one is in the zone, count is now 0-2. Michael Moore stepping in for his 2nd inning of work. He's up against the 3rd baseman for the Pioneers, Gabe Cortez. That one is belted well into left field. A good line drive base hit, the first base hit of the day for the Pioneers as the 3rd baseman reaches. Cortez now on first with no outs. Lineup for Prairie State today. Frank's leading off. Sanchez batting 2nd. Chirino's 3rd. Woodruff 4th. Cortez, who you just saw, batting 5th. Devin Smith, the 2nd baseman, is up now. In the bottom 3 are Savico, Brody, and Sutton. Devin Smith steps into left-handed batter's box. He'll see his first pitch from Moore as it finds the lower inside part of the zone. Count is 0-1. Runner is going there, but the foul ball will force Cortez to make the walk back. Now the count is 0-2 for Devin Smith. Another foul ball by the Pioneers' 2nd baseman. Smith coming in, batting .288, No homers, 4 RBIs. And that one will plunk Smith on the inside of his knee there. And that has put runners on first and second here with no outs. So both pitchers running into a little bit of control issues as we saw more walk Chirinos in the first. Now after allowing that base hit, he reverses the script up 0-2 versus Smith, but plunks him on the inside of the knee and got himself into a little bit of a jam here with no outs. Stepping in now is Luis Savico. Got that fly ball to end the last inning. And he squares to bunt, but he pops it up, and it'll be dropped in fair territory, actually, and it turns into a double play. One of the weirdest plays I've ever seen that just happened right there. It was a popped up bunt. It was hit down the first baseline. In theory, could have been an E3, essentially, a sacrifice bunt E3, maybe. I don't know what it would have gone down at. Instead, it goes down as a bunt, fielder's choice double play, essentially. 3, 5, 6. As that one will miss. Count goes 1-0. So see something new every day in this sport. As it was Pelt, Hackbarth, Castro. I think I said 365. I think it's 364 actually. A little jumbled there as the count is 1-1 right now. Essentially what that means is 2 outs, Savico's on first, and that is why when you're training bunts, the last thing you want to do is pop it up. And Moore, I think, knew it was coming, threw a pitch in the upper part of the zone and did what he could to try and get Savico to pop up there. Quick reaction there by the MCC defense, and wow, make apples out of, as that one is escaped out of the glove of Schwalbach, but Savico over at first decides not to run on it, so it just goes down as a ball. Count is 2-1. Pretty chilly weather here in Crystal Lake, 37 degrees. The wind making it feel just a little bit colder as that one's on the inside. Count is 3-1. Most, if not all, the players in long sleeves for both sides. 3-1, swung on and hit back to Moore. Moore throws over to first, so you get the bunt, fielder's choice double play, and then a quick 1-3 ground out to end the inning. Unconventional, but nothing's new in this game. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second. Back here in the bottom of the second, Kanalakis, Castro, and Maristella do up in this half inning. Mendez comes out for his second inning of work. Kanalakis, the left fielder, steps in for his first at-bat of the game, first plate appearance. Sees a ball go outside from Mendez. That was Mendez's 25th pitch. That one will miss. Count is 2-0 now. Right now the strike percentage for Mendez, 42%. After starting off with 4 straight strikes, got a strikeout to start his outing. As that one is swung on, carrying out to right center field, and it's going to fall. Kanalakis is rounding for third. The cutoff throw will not come in, and it's a stand-up triple to start the inning for Dimitri Kanalakis. What a way to start the inning. They got a run last half inning, did the Scots, but it was only a 1-hit inning for them, and they left the bases loaded. Now they got a runner just 90 feet away with no outs here. And Castro will step up for his first plate appearance of the day. First pitch swinging from Castro. Comes up empty, count goes to 0-1. That one will miss in the dirt, and enough gotten by the glove of Chirinos to keep it within a few feet of him. Scrambles to find it, and Kanalakis stays at third. 1-1 is the count now for Castro. Pitch in for Mendez. That one is swung on, carrying down the left field line. It's going to fall foul, though, as it looped in a place where nobody was going to get there in time. Probably all the better for MCC that it just looped foul there. A little bit more in fair territory would be close enough for one of those Pioneers outfielders to run up under. 1-2 coming in with no outs here. That one's hit over to short. It's going to work out at the very least as RBI ground out there, and that's exactly what happens. Kanalakis scores, utilizes his leadoff triple well, and Brody, the shortstop, throws to Woodruff to get out Tyler Castro. But for Castro, it still will be his 15th RBI of the season. We flip the lineup card back over for the first time today for the Scots. That one's a slow dribbler over to third. Cortez fields it, throws over to first to Woodruff, and Maristella almost beats it out yet again, as he now has 2 groundouts today. And Mason Schwalbach, who got hit by a pitch, comes back up. He scored the first run of the day. It's 2-0 MCC here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 outs. And the first pitch coming to Schwalbach, the catcher. In the zone, count goes to 0-1. Mendez right now 1 2/3 he's gotten through with 33 pitches. Nods the sign, throws the pitch, and that one will miss. Count is 1-1 now for Schwalbach. 35th pitch for Mendez coming up. The Venezuelan right-hander, one of a handful of international students on this Prairie State roster. And that one misses, and the count goes to 2-1. Behind the plate there, Chirinos Held it an extra half-second trying to frame it. Couldn't get the call from the ump. 2-1 here with 2 outs, nobody on for Schwalbach. That one is swung on, popped up, and out of play. Count now 2-2, 2 outs here, bottom of the second. 2-0 is the score. Scots lead the Pioneers. In the dirt, count goes full for Schwalbach. Like I already mentioned, he was hit by a pitch his first time up. Came all the way around to score on the RBI single from Peltz. Swung on. That one is ripped into center field, and it's going to get down and get off the wall. Schwalbach will hold at second, a stand-up double for the MCC catcher. Alex Janke now steps up. Janke was able to have a really good at-bat last time up. Drew a walk out of it. Was stranded at third. 2 outs here, bottom of the second, 2-0 MCC. First pitch to Janke, swung on. A little ahead of it, fouls it down the third base line. And the count goes to 0-1. That one swung on, and that was going to hit Schwalbach there, so it goes down as an out for Schwalbach, essentially as a runner's interference, fielder's choice, whatever you want to call it. It is the third out of the inning, but a leadoff triple by Dimitri Kanalakis, driven home by the Castro RBI groundout, makes it 2-0 MCC as we head to the third inning. Back here in the top of the third, it's 2-0 McHenry County College. They lead the Prairie State Pioneers here as they play a home doubleheader. This is also a Illinois Skyway Collegiate Conference matchup as the Scots look for another conference title. Obviously, they are one of the favorites to do so as that one is swung on, hit out to right field. Gonna get down. Scrambling to second is Parker Sutton. And we got a leadoff triple last inning, and that's a leadoff double right there from Parker Sutton, the number 9 batter in the lineup. He gets himself to second with no outs. Flip the lineup card over for the first time for the Pioneers as Alfonso Franks steps up. Franks 0 for 1 struck out swinging to lead off this ball game. Frank's the left fielder for the Pioneers. And the first pitch in there to Franks misses inside. Count is 1-0 with no outs here in the top of the third. Runner on second is Sutton. As that one is swung on, hit well. Good contact on it, but a little early. Fouled ball. Count goes to 1-1. One coming in here. Breaking ball doesn't break soon enough as it'll miss high. Count is 2-1. One out here. Moore's thrown 38 pitches through 2 full innings in his third inning of work here, and has allowed 2 hits. That one will miss. Count now 3-1. And what will Franks do with the hitter's count and a man in scoring position with no outs? On deck for Prairie State, Sanchez the DH, and Chirinos the catcher is in the hole. Gets that one in the zone. Count goes full for Michael Moore, his 40th pitch. Makes it 3-2. Moore kicks and fires. Knocks that one out of play. We'll do a payoff pitch again. For Franks, he's batting .258, 22 RBIs for him. And he will just take a walk there, as that is his 12th walk of the season. It puts runners on first and second with no outs here. And Armani Sanchez, the DH, stepping up. Sanchez, his first time up, he struck out swinging on a high fastball. Squares to bunt. That one gets out of the glove of Schwalbach behind the plate there. I think that'll probably go down as a pass ball for Schwalbach as the runners do advance. Now it's 2 runners in scoring position. Franks is on second, and 90 feet away is Sutton. Franks at second there represents the tying run. 1 swing of the bat. And that is what we get, a single up the middle. 1 will score. Franks is rounding a little stumble around third. And got him for the out. What a gun there in center field. Alex Janke. As I don't even know if Franks was able to touch home plate. It was a great throw in from Janke. Schwalbach made the grab and got the tag around in perfect position. So a huge throw out at home makes it just a 1 RBI single from Sanchez. He did advance to second on the throw, however. Foul ball there by Chirinos. Chirinos was able to draw a walk his first time up. And now he'll see the 0-1. Sanchez on second. Moore steps off. Time was called maybe by Chirinos there. 0-1, 1 out. Glance back at Sanchez on second. 2-1 is the score here in the top of the third. after that RBI single from Sanchez. Runner is going, and it's a perfect hit and run, as this one going to need to be legged out by Chirinos. It was low. The throw was, that is, from Hackbarth, but a full layout from Peltz, and either he caught that and then scooted his foot back on the bag, or somehow he stayed connected with the bag on the catch. Doesn't matter, the runner does advance, but it goes down as a 5-3, a ground out for out number 2. Richard Woodruff will be up. His first time up, struck out on a check swing. First pitch in, misses low. Good snag there by Schwalbach behind the plate. Woodruff, the first baseman for the Pioneers today. Swung on that one, fouled back, counts now 1-1. Richard Woodruff out of Houma, Louisiana. That one will miss to him. Count goes to 2-1. Two-one, 2 outs. Runner on third is Sanchez. Woodruff at the plate. It's 2-1 MCC. Swung on and missed a healthy cut from Woodruff. Count now 2-2 with 2 outs. Prairie State here in the top of the third trying to equalize the score at 2. Could do it easily with one swing of the bat. Michael Moore trying to deny that opportunity. 2-2. Misses high. Count is now full. 3-2. 2 outs. Cortez is on deck. Smith is in the hole for the Pioneers. The pitch, called strike 3. And Michael Moore gets out, and it was a big throw out from center field. And then that strikeout to Strand Sanchez on third, the key plays of the inning for the MCC defense. But the RBI single, the RBI single from Sanchez makes it 2-1. MCC still leads Prairie State. Back here in the bottom of the third, Howard, Peltz, and Zerbel due up. Billy Howard stepping in, 0 for 1 today. Flied out to left his first time up. Bottom of the third, scores 2-1. McHenry County leads Prairie State. First pitch in the zone. Count goes to 0-1 versus the Scots DH. 0-1. That one will miss the strike zone and miss the glove of the catcher, Chirinos. Count is now even 1-1 for Howard. Hits right now 3-3 between the Scots and the Pioneers. No errors for either side. As that one will miss high, count now 2-1. Another one that missed everything, luckily, because the closest thing that it was to the head of Howard. But he ducks out of the way of it. Torinos doesn't give much of a attempt to try and snag it. And now the count is 3-1 for Billy Howard. That'll miss. Billy Howard gets a walk. Leadoff 5-pitch walk there for Howard. Puts him on first. And Billy Howard does have some wheels. He's 6 for 6 on stolen base attempts this year. Ben Pelt's first run was brought in by Pelt. Singled into right field to score Schwalbach. First pitch there misses high as a big gust of wind comes in. Again, I said now the temperature's even moved up technically to 39 degrees. Feels colder than that though, with the cold wind blowing here through Crystal Lake. 1-0, no outs. Runner on first is Howard. Pitch comes in, and that one was right on the inside. Almost hit Peltz. And then Chirinos, a quick snap throw down to first. Trying to catch Howard cheating a little bit too far from the bag, but Howard slides back in successfully. Count is 2-0. Howard stays on first with no outs here in the bottom of the third. 2-1 MCC leads Prairie State. Swung on and missed there by Pelt. Playing first base today. His batting average of .354. Going to move up after that single in the first. Trying to keep it moving up here is Pelt. 2-1. Jazz finds the lower inside part of the plate. Called strike. Count is 2-2. Swung on, that one's popped up over to the left side of the infield. Camping under it is the third baseman Cortez and deals with the wind accordingly. Sticks out that glove and makes the grab for out number 1. That was the 50th pitch for Yolmas Mendez. Riley Zerbel steps in now, batting in the 6th hole today. First time up, drew a walk. First pitch swinging from him is going to foul that one out of play down the right field line. A 1 coming in now to Zerbel. He's got Howard on first. That one will miss. Count goes to 1-1. Didn't miss by much. Howard already mentioned 6 for 6 in terms of stolen bases this year. Zerbel, 5'10" freshman, as we do get a stolen base attempt, and it's safe. I think the throw beat him, but it was offline, and Smith tried hard to correct it and get the tag in there. Shaking his head at something, whether it was the call or the throw. He's not happy that he couldn't get that one down, but Howard, now 7 for 7 on the base paths, gets himself in the scoring position with 1 out. Swung on, hit to short, takes a couple tough hops there, and it will be beat out on what, let's see what it goes down as, and it does go down as an error on Brody. Would have beat him out if he would have fielded that one cleanly at short, so an E6 gets Zerbal on, and now runners on first and second with one out here. No advance by Howard. There will be a meeting at the mound now. Time to talk with the infield, looking over at the Prairie State bullpen over there. Not much action happening, so it'll most likely be Mendez to stay on the mound. And the audio played in the background, clearly controlled by MCC. Playing Baby Shark. Mind games. That's all it is here at MCC. Just a few, about 100 yards, 200 yards over, 300 yards. I don't know. My measurement of distance is not that great, but not too far away from here on the same campus. We got a doubleheader of softball going on as the MCC softball team is taking on Triton. Get you a scoring update there if I can. As Hackbarth will step in with 2 on and 1 out. First pitch swinging, and that's going to be a hit. Having a hold at third is Howard. He was making sure that wasn't snagged by Cortez. That's the reason he couldn't go immediately on contact, but a great approach by Hackbarth coming up there to the plate, knowing after the confab that Mendez is going to want to throw strikes, put it right over the heart of the plate, and he cracks it into left field to load the bases. Dimitri Kanalakis steps in now, and if he can recreate what he did the first time up, he will not have a problem with that. It was a triple that looped all the way into the right center field wall. And we got a balk called. A balk is called on pitcher Mendez. All he can do is stand at home with his palms up in the air. The catcher, Chirinos, didn't like the call either. They both just go palms up to that one, but it doesn't matter. All the runners will advance, and that means Billy Howard scores on the balk there, and it's another inning of scoring for MCC. They put 1 across in each frame thus far, but looking for more here as you got 1 out. An 0-0 count here, as obviously that last pitch did not count on the balk. But still for Prairie State, I don't see much happening in their bullpen, so they're riding Mendez, at least for the time being. Kanalakis will see the 0-0 with 1 out here. And that one will miss. It's going to be a wild pitch, and another run will score as Zerbal trots across to make it 4-1 MCC. Hackbarth advances to third. So Kanalakis has technically seen 2 pitches, only 1 official pitch. And he goes from having the bases loaded to having just a man on third. He'll appreciate it in terms of the team's success, getting 2 runs across, but 2 potential RBIs for him taken off the board. Still could drive Hackbarth home and himself if he's oh so fortunate to hit a home run. 1-0 now into Kanalakis. Swings on that one, looping over near first, and it will be caught as he got the inside of the bat on that one. The foul out to Woodruff puts 2 outs on the board. Up steps Tyler Castro 0 for 1 today, but it was a RBI ground out that he had his first time up. So 0 for 1, but an RBI as he sees the first pitch high there. Count goes to 1-0. 2 runs across this inning, 1 in each of the first 2 innings for MCC. That means 4 for them, 1 for Prairie State, who scored last half inning. That one is low and inside. Another wild pitch and another run for the McHenry County Scots. They make it 5-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Hackbarth scores that run. As a few pitches ago, bases were loaded. Bach, wild pitch, empties them. In the midst of that, there was a foul out to the first baseman. But now nobody on for Castro. That one will be in the dirt. Count is now 3-0 for the MCC second baseman. For Hackbarth, that was his 11th run scored this year. For Zerbel, it was his 17th time scoring. And for Billy Howard, that was his 24th time. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Castro. Marcus Maristella steps up now 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. Got some speed on first with Castro, though. Castro on the base path, 7 for 8 in the steal attempts. That steal from Billy Howard that just beat out the throw. That happened, well, feels like a long time ago, but just earlier this inning. That kind of seems like it was one of those turning points in the inning. As Maristella takes the first pitch in there, count goes to 0-1. 5-1 here, bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 outs, runner on first is Castro. 0-1 count to Maristella. And that one will hit Maristella. As did not feel good. It was right on his hand. I think it hit his left hand maybe. That took all of it, but that's the nature of the game as Maristella ends up getting a free pass, the second free pass in a row from Mendez, who hasn't been peppered with hits against him this inning. The problem has been control. As now it'll be Mason Schwalbach stepping up. 1 for 1. He got hit by a pitch, as well as has a double into center field. That one will miss. Count goes to 1-0. Schwalbach, less than a week ago, hit for the cycle in Game 1 in a 12-0 win over Rock Valley College. 1-0. Swung on that one. Kind of just a check swing there. Fouls it away. Count now even 1-1 with 2 outs for Schwalbach. That one hits the top part of the zone there. MCC dugout, which I'm closest to. Thought that one was going to be called a ball. Instead, it goes for strike 2. 1-2, 2 outs. Runner on second is Castro. Runner on first is Maristella. With them going on contact, there is a lot of speed on the base paths. 1-2. Swung on. That one will get down in right field. Castro scores easily from second, and another double for Mason Schwalbach This one of the RBI variety makes it 6-1 MCC. Also puts runners on second. Maristella held up at third there. Such a hard-hitting ball by Schwalbach. That Sutton, the right fielder, was able to get to it pretty quickly. So Maristella didn't have much of a chance to get home. But he stands at third. First pitch swinging. That one's cracked out to right field. A diving play out there in right, and the snag is made by Sutton. And he saved what could have been definitely 2 runs scored more, but it is a 4-run bottom of the third. It's 6-1 MCC as we head into the fourth. Back here in the top of the fourth, MCC leads Prairie State 6-1 as the Pioneers will get another crack at the plate. Gabe Cortez steps up 1 for 1 today. He hit a single into left field his first time up, and that one will be hit up in the air and out of play. Count goes 0-1 for Cortez. Cortez, a local Chicago area guy, like many, good amount of these Prairie State Pioneers are. Out of Tinley Park, Illinois. That one is a ball outside. Count goes to 1-1. Say that it's Chicago area, and then they do have a couple guys from the south. Mentioned Louisiana already, as this one is a pop or a long fly ball hit to center field, but camping under it is Janke for out number 1. One gone here in the top of the fourth, still 6-1 MCC. Devin Smith steps up. Smith was hit by a pitch, but he was later a part of that fielder's choice double play that we saw in that second inning. Michael Moore's at 55 pitches right now. Like I was saying, Chasen Lewis, one of the sophomores on this Prairie State squad. He's from Georgia, as that one is hit into center field. Base hit for Devin Smith. The second baseman gets to first. And they got one on with one out here, do the Pioneers, as Luis Savico steps up. He bunted into that fielder's choice double play his first time up. It was an attempt at a sac bunt, popped up over to Peltz, the first baseman. Peltz running down the first base line, couldn't grab it because of a huge wind gust. Gets called a fair ball because he was right on the line. And then it was Smith and Cortez that were on first and second, and they were in a no-win scenario there where they were camping out of their bases because they thought it was going to be caught by Peltz. Instead, he drops it, and they're left there like stranded ducks, and it was an easy throw to third and then to second to double them off there, while Savico did reach first to prevent a triple play. That one hits the zone. Savico, talk about the geographical diversity on this Pioneer squad. Lancaster, Pennsylvania native is Savico. That one misses low. Count goes to 3-1. A good pick behind the plate by Schwalbach. 3-1, one out runner on first is Smith. That was the 60th pitch for Michael Moore. Hits the zone. Counts now full for Savico. Brody on deck. Sutton in the hole. Sutton had a double his first time up, batting in the 9-hole for the Prairie State Pioneers today. 6-1 is your score. MCC leads Prairie State. Swung on, hit over to second, and just beyond the outstretched glove of Castro. A heavy round from Smith, but he is going to hold at second, so a base knock by Savico puts runners on first and second with one out. Tyler Brody steps up now. He's 0 for 1, grounded out. Back to the pitcher Moore, his first time up. Time is called. Brody coming in. He's from Beecher, Illinois. And he's going to have to limbo out of the way of that one. Count goes to 1-0 here. One out, runners on second and first for Brody, as we're going to get our first pitchers meeting of the day for MCC. We saw one last inning for Prairie State. Still no action in the Prairie State bullpen. They played a doubleheader yesterday, did the Pioneers, as they split with Kishwaukee. They beat them 20-10, and then they lost 14-6. And that kind of is a good summary of, and that wasn't yesterday, excuse me, that was on Thursday. Then on Tuesday, they lost one contest against Waubonsee 10-4. Have a handful of splits in their doubleheaders this year, but more losses than wins for them, coming in 10-17 overall, 2-3 in the ISCC. 1-0 is the count here with one out, runners on first and second. Brody receives the high pitch, swings on it, fouls it back. Count is 1-1. It has been a good week for wind in the Chicago area, especially Tuesday. MCC got their games on the road canceled due to field conditions. Because of that gnarly wind, count is 1-2 with one out. However, there were some games played. Obviously, one game played by Prairie State against Waubonsee that day, but there were gusts of up to 60 miles per hour, which no outdoor sport is fun to play with that, but definitely not fun for the fielders dealing with that wind, as that's another foul there. Count goes to 1-2. Count stays at 1-2, I should say. Moore's at 66 pitches now. Pitch is high, counts now even 2-2 versus the right-handed shortstop. And a swing and a miss there. A strikeout in a big moment for Michael Moore. He takes any sort of sacrifice opportunity off the board. And he brings up Parker Sutton, the right fielder, who did have a double off the wall in right field his first time up. That'd be big for Prairie State, trying to climb back into this game. They thought they were getting back into it in their last time up to the plate as they cut the deficit to 2-1. As the bat slips out of the grip of Sutton there. Get some jeers from the MCC bench or dugout. And it just goes down as a swing and a miss. Count is 0-1 with 2 outs here. Runners on first and second for Prairie State, behind 6-1. They cut that deficit to 2-1 last inning, but 4 runs across for MCC after some control issues from Prairie State pitcher. As that one is popped up and out of play. Count is now 0-2. Michael Moore, the pitcher, just hit 70 pitches. Should say he is a multi-talented individual. Was a everyday worker for the MCC basketball games where he ran the shot clock, which is not an easy job if you've ever run a shot clock. That one is swung on, belted out to left field, has good carry under it, but the center fielder, Jenke, will come over to collect. So 2 get on, but nobody gets across. It's still 6-1 MCC as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Back here in the bottom of the 4th, Billy Howard, who led off the last inning and scored the first run of the 4-run outburst for MCC, will lead off this inning as well. He got on base last time via the walk. This time he will crack that to short, and a nice play as Brody has to shoot down to his knees to grab that line out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Mendez, who's back out for his 4th inning of work here in the bottom of the 4th. Ben Peltz steps up. Peltz is 1 for 2. Popped out to 3rd in his most recent time up. Got an RBI single in his first trip to the plate, though. First pitch misses. Count goes to 1-0. That one will hit the zone. Counts now 1-1 for Peltz. Hitting the zone there. Count now 1-2 as Mendez gets ahead. 72 pitches thrown by him. Still no action in the Prairie State bullpen that I can see. 1-2 is swung on, looped, and the short, oh, it was lost. It was completely lost in the sun that has just come out. Mostly been clouded this game. But the shortstop there, Brody, moved under. Looked like he was camping under it, but then he shot his finger up trying to locate it and could not. So it ends up dropping. Tough luck. Base hit against Yomas Mendez, who got weak contact out of Peltz, but he's now 2 for 3 as he gets to first on that pop-up single. Riley Zerbel steps in. He's reached base today on a walk, also reached on that error by Brody his last time up. That was part of the tough inning for Mendez where we saw control issues from him, but it was tough for him that Brody could not make that play over there. Foul ball makes it 1-1. That's the reason why 6 runs allowed by Mendez today. Only 3 go down as earned against him because he should have had 3 outs on 3 out of the 4 runs that came across last inning due to that Brody error. 1-1. Big swing and a miss from Riley Zerbel. A healthy cut makes it 1-2 with 1 out. Peltz is on first, 6-1 MCC, bottom of the 4th. Mendez sets for the 1-2. Swung on, foul ball, gets out of play. Count stays 1-2. Zerbel, one of a ton of Wisconsin natives on this MCC roster out of Lake Mills. That one will miss high, and then a bluff throw by Chirinos doesn't try and catch Peltz over there. Truly, though, just wanted to look him back to the bag. As the count now 2-2. Only seen 1 stolen base attempted by MCC, and that was by Billy Howard. Did it successfully last inning. 2-2. Swung on, that one looping into shallow left field, and it'll drop for a base hit for Zerbel. He's on, now 1 for 2 on the day. He's reached in all 3 appearances at the plate, and it'll be 2 on, 1 out for Jaden Hackbarth. Last time, hit a hard hit ball past the outstretched glove of Cortez, the third baseman, got into left field, and he loaded the bases. Squares to bunt, pulls back. Counts 1-0 now with 1 out. Peltz on second, Zerbel on first. That one will miss. Count is 2-0 now. For Mendez, 81 pitches, 42 strikes. That's good for a 52% strike percentage compared to 66% from Michael Moore. 2-0 with 1 out and 2 on. That one will miss as well. Count is now 3-0, 1 ball away from loading the bases for the 2nd straight inning, and last time that happened did not go the way that Mendez wanted it to. All three of the players that he put on when he loaded the bases ended up scoring 2 on wild pitches, 1 on a balk. As that will miss, bases will be loaded. Hackbarth gets the free pass to first. Peltz moves to third, Zerbal on second, and Dimitri Kanalakis steps in. Last time he was up, 2 runs scored while he was at the plate, as we saw a balk and a wild pitch put 2 across, but then he ended up popping out to first base in foul ground. Kanalakis, though, steps in, same situation as the last inning, a chance to do some damage. MCC only out hitting Prairie State by 2. And the first pitch swinging, that was pretty much exactly what he did the first pitch he saw last time. The pitch didn't count because it was called a balk, but ahead of it, ground ball in foul territory down the third base line. (0-1) coming into Kanalakis. Another swing, this time doesn't make contact. Count goes to 0-2 for the MCC left fielder. (0-2) coming in with 1 out, bases loaded for Dimitri Kanalakis. Foul ball. Just is able to get a piece of it. If Mendez is able to get a 3rd strike here, it would be his first strikeout of the ball game, compared to 5 walks and 2 hit by pitches for him. Michael Moore, on the other hand, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and a hit by pitch as well. Another 0-2 coming in. That one swung on, popped up. Another chance for Brody, but it's going to loop for a base hit. And everybody will move up 1. Peltz will score. RBI single from Kanalakis makes it 7-1 MCC. That's the 2nd time a ball has looped into no man's land between second, short, and center field. And the 2nd time this inning that it's fallen safely. And MCC scores for a 4th straight inning. 7-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 out, bases loaded. Now Tyler Castro's turn at the dish. First pitch swinging over to second. A chance for 2 for Prairie State. They get 1, and it is not in time on the throw to first. So it goes down as a 4-6 fielder's choice. An RBI for Tyler Castro as Riley Zerbal scores. Another run. Hackbarth is at third. Castro scores 8-1 now. MCC leads Prairie State. Marcus Maristella 0 for 2 today. Got plunked his last time up. Misses low. Count is 1-0. And right now Mendez, you can see, pretty visibly upset with the strike zone. I think with the strike zone, or maybe with his catcher, but I thought he got that one in the zone. That one he did get in the zone. Count goes to 1-1. 2 outs, runners on the corners, 8-1 MCC. They pushed 2 across this inning, 4 last inning, and a pair of runs in the first and the second, and a pair of runs in the first and second, 1 each. 8-1 is our score, and 2-1 is our count after that ball. Mendez now at 91 pitches, still no sign of anybody else coming in to take the bump for Prairie State because of gnarly, unbaseball playable weather in the Chicago area this spring. A ton of games postponed to late April and early May. So that one hits the zone, counts now 2-2 with 2 outs. That means both these teams have a lot of games to play and not a lot of amount of time. And you can tell, I think, Prairie State right now just trying to conserve their arms and keep Mendez out there as long as his arm doesn't fall off. 2-2. Misses low. Count is now full for Maristella. Maristella hit over 400 last year. But he talks about how a lot of those hits that he got last year were singles. He wants more extra base hits. That's a key to his improvement this year. And that one's hit. It's going to be to second base. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first is in time for out number 3. 2 more get across for MCC. It's 8-1 Scots as we head to the top of the 5th. Back here in the top of the 5th. And Michael Moore's day is done. He threw the first 4 innings. I'll get you his final line in a second. I'll first introduce you to the new MCC pitcher. One of their key men out of the bullpen. He's made 8 appearances this year as we get a check swing appeal over to first. Said he did not go. Count goes to 1-0. Alfonso Franks up over 1 today is Franks. He has walked as well as struck out. Counts now 2-0 for him. Like I said, Trevor Jalazinski, this is his 9th appearance. None of them being starts, so all out of pen for him. 2-1 record, 21 in the 3rd innings pitched. An ERA of 2.53. 18 Ks, and the number that I love, only 4 walks. You see that from a ton of MCC pitcher, low walk numbers. This one's a high pop up out to shallow right field, caught by Riley Zerbel out there for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. Up steps Armani Sanchez. He's 1 for 2 today, strikeout and a single for Sanchez. That is the lone RBI for Prairie State that belongs to him. Michael Moore, real quick. First pitch up and over the head of Armani Sanchez. Count goes to 1-0. Michael Moore, his outing, 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. Called strike there. Count is 1-1 with 1 out. Michael Moore is in line for the win, as that one will hit Sanchez, so he gets the free pass down to first. First base runner against Jalazinski. Gabriel Chirinos, who has gotten 1 free pass as well as a ground out. Back to the pitcher. For Michael Moore, obviously, he's had a no-hitter, so we've seen better outings from him, but with the offense that the Scots have behind him, can't ask for much more from your starting pitcher. He's giving you 4 solid innings, striking out 5, and he did have some help from the defense. That one is swung on, that's off his toe. As even when you're a catcher and you're used to taking plenty of knocks behind the plate, still does not feel good, as that one, he has that shin and top of the foot guard there on his left foot, but that one got right on the tip of the toe there. And in the cold weather, oof, does not feel good. Does not feel good. Walks it off, counts 1-1 after the foul ball. 1-1, 1 out, runner on first is Sanchez. Pitch into Chirinos. Breaking ball, wild pitch will advance Sanchez. Sanchez now at second here with 1 out. Takes away at least any sort of orthodox double play opportunity. As Jalazinski will now set to fire the 2-1. Swung on up the middle, gets through, and now Sanchez cranking towards home, no throw. Goes all the way home. It will be cut off, and so an RBI single from Gabriel Chirinos. Pretty good considering he took that pop on the toe. Got aided a little bit by the wild pitch to get the man in scoring position, but he'll take it. It makes it 8-2. MCC leads Prairie State here on top of the 5th with 1 out. Quick pause is for Chirinos over at first to get his equipment in order. And it is. And now Richard Woodruff will step up. First pitch he sees misses the zone. Count is 1-0. Struck out swinging once and looking once, did Woodruff. That one is swung on, popped up near the first base side, and it gets out of play. Foul ball makes 1-1, 1 out. Jalazinski, only 6 earned runs against him all year. He was a member of the squad last year, where he had, again, all of his appearances out of the pen, a 5-0 record, a 2.35 ERA, 27 strikeouts to 7 walks. Sorry, the cold's getting to me here too. That one's in the zone. Count is 1-2. So that one skips in the dirt. Chirinos goes, and Chirinos just gets there in time. It was a really good block behind the plate by Schwalbach. Scampered to it, through to second. Maristella just was a hair late on the tag, and Chirinos advances to second on the wild pitch. Two coming in now. That misses. Counts now 3-2. for Woodruff. Woodruff, again, according to the roster in front of me, Louisiana native. He's going no sleeves. I'll tell you what. I don't know how much he feels cold like this, as that is a wild pitch, I believe. And that will advance Chirinos to third, and it will also be ball 4 to put Woodruff on first. Runners on the corners here with 1 out. Gabe Cortez steps up. Cortez is 1 for 2. A single and a fly out. Swings on the first pitch. And once fouled back, count goes to 0-1. The wind really starting to pick up here. Don't know if the camera can feel it as much as I can, as that one's in the zone. Count is 0-2. Again, technically 39 degrees, but it feels like probably right around freezing, maybe even a little bit lower. Caught in a rundown. The throw is offline, however, on the throw home. And I believe that one will go down as an E5, as it's a good job by Jalazinski to catch Chirinos cheating a little bit too far home. Then Chirinos just went for it, but gets home on the E5. Woodruff advanced to second on it. Count still 0-2 for Cortez. Checked his swing. He went. And although that run did score in the middle of his at-bat, it works out as a 3-pitch strikeout against Cortez. Up steps Devin Smith. He's 1 for 1 today. Plunked by a pitch as well as a single. He's got a man in scoring position in Woodruff. And the first pitch he sees escapes the glove of Schwalbach, but he pinned it against the dirt enough before it got away from him that Woodruff doesn't try to advance. Count goes to 1-0. 8-3 is your score. 8-3 is your score here in the top of the 5th. MCC leads Prairie State. Hitting the zone there. Count is 1-1 for Jalazinski versus Smith. That throwing error home from Hackbarth. That we get. That's a swing and a miss. That was the first error of the game for MCC. We've got one from Prairie State as well. So 2/3 of the line score is pretty similar in terms of the 6 just being 8-6 in favor of MCC and the errors being 1-1. Problem right now for Prairie State is the score is way off, as that one is a clunky single out into first. A throw home. And a weird play at home. I don't know if you saw that, but essentially Schwalbach was taken in front of home plate by the throw to try and get Woodruff, and Woodruff held up a little bit, but he's a big customer, and even a 50% hit from him will be something that you will feel. Schwalbach wasn't able to make the catch at home, and then Woodruff made sure that he tapped home plate, so it goes down as an E4, as crediting Castro on an error. That ball that he scuffed around and was not able to collect cleanly at second. Swing and a miss to start the next at-bat for Savico, and then a ball there. Makes it 1-1. Another swing and a miss. Count is now 1-2. 2 outs. Smith did move up to second on that throw home. 8-4. Getting a little bit interesting here as the wind picks up. On a cold, windy afternoon here in Crystal Lake, Illinois. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on second, 8-4. MCC leads Prairie State in the top of the 5th. That one just misses the inside corner. Full count now with 2 outs coming. Smith will not be going because he's at second. But if contact's made by Savico, he'll be running on contact. And contact was made, but it only run a few steps before he realized it's a clear foul ball, and he'll jog back to second or walk back. Another 3-2. Payoff pitch coming to Savico, who's 1 for 2 today. 30th pitch of the inning for Jalazinski. And just makes contact on it. Count stays alive for the Pennsylvania man Savico. Swung on and missed, so Jalazinski gets out of the inning. But there is 3 runs on 1 hit and 2 errors, and it is 8-4 as we hit the bottom of the 5th. Schwalbach, Jenke, and Howard do up this inning for MCC. Schwalbach steps in 2 for 2 today. Got plunked, but he's also got 2 baggers. As right now MCC tries to answer the 3-run top of the 5th inning by Prairie State. The throwback to Mendez, who's still out there on 95 pitches right now. Just starting to see some action in the Prairie State bullpen. They got their sweatshirts on, and smartly so. Called strike there. Count goes to 1-1. So maybe if they shed the sweatshirts, I'll give you a number. But for now, it's Mendez creeping up on 100. That is in. That one is high. Count now 2-1 for Schwalbach. Miss is low. Count is 3-1. Hitters count for the catcher, Schwalbach. swung on to second base, fielded cleanly, throw to first on the money for out number 1. 4-3 ground out gets us started here in inning number 5. As now Yolmis Mendez will pitch number 100 on this next pitch. Got to be nearing the end of his time, but the warm-ups don't look too serious over in the Prairie State bullpen. And pitch 100 will go for a ball. Count is 1-0. That one's inside. Count now at 2-0. Coming in now. And that one will miss. Count is now 3-0 for Janke. No hits for him today, but he has reached twice on a fielder's choice and on a walk. Almost threw his bat there. Didn't. Takes the 3-0 in there for a strike. Count now 3-1 for Janke. And that time he will throw the bat because it was clearly low. And ball 4 puts Janke on first. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. It's 8-4. MCC leads Prairie State. Janke's on first. Billy Howard steps up to the plate. Let's go. Howard 0 for 2 with a walk today, but we're going to get a meeting first. Might be the end of the day for Mendez. And he will hand off the ball to his head coach, Pascual Santiago. And so that's the end of the day for Mendez. I'll come back and give you the final line on him and introduce you to the new pitcher in a second. But right now we're going to take a break as the new pitcher throws his warm-up pitches. It is 8-4, 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. MCC leads as Janke's on first after that walk. Back here in the bottom of the 5th, Billy Howard stepping up. Already said 0 for 2 with the walk today. The new pitcher for Prairie State is number 6, Smerlin Perez, Chicago native right-hander. Steps in to the ball game in replacement of Yolmis Mendez. Swing and a miss to start it off for Perez. The final line on Mendez in 4 1/3 innings pitched. He threw 104 pitches, allowed 8 hits, 8 runs, 5 of them earned. No strikeouts for him, 6 walks, 2 hit by pitches. And those are the numbers that you'll remember the most there. A lot of free passes. Runner is going. It was a hit and run there as Howard swung and fouls it off. So Janke will have to go back to first. Count now 0-2 versus Howard. 0-2, 1 out. Janke on first in an 8-4 ball game. That one misses just low to Howard. Good waste pitch there from Perez. Oh. At least got Billy Howard to think about chasing. And he does chase that one. Makes contact with it, fouls it off. Count goes to 1-2. One, two. In the dirt. Pushes the count to 2-2. Janke got good wheels over there at first. MCC center fielder, not afraid to go if he needs to. Doesn't here. Swung on by Howard on the high pitch there. Fouls it away. Count stays 2-2. Perez nods it. Couple glances over at Janke. Janke bluffs to go again. And another foul ball by Howard, staying alive right now. One of the things that makes this MCC team so good is the ability of what Mendez learned firsthand. They're hard to strike out, lots of foul balls. And they will do whatever they can to find a way to stay alive. That one's hit up the middle. Choppy the throw for 1, and then double clutch by the second baseman Smith, so he's not able to get it to Woodruff in time. Works out as a fielder's choice. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. Ben Pelt steps up now. Pelt's having a great day. 2 for 3. 2 singles for him. Scored the first run of the game on an RBI single into right field. Smacks that one in the same spot where he got that RBI. Hits it into right field. And Howard rounds and gets all the way to third on it. Runners on the corners here with 2 outs against Perez. First hit against Perez today. Opportunity now for Riley Zerbel, who steps in. 1 for 2. Has reached base all 3 times. Single, walk, reached out an error. And he would love any of those outcomes here as well. Pitch misses. Just a little bit outside there. 10th pitch for Smerlin Perez. Filling up the strike zone a little bit more than his counterpart Mendez did. Mendez left with a 51% strike percentage, and 7-10 have been strikeouts. As this one's a high pop-up out to right field, and it's dropped out there in right. It is dropped in right field, and I believe that'll go down as an error. I didn't have a good view of what exactly happened, but I think a wind gust came up and moved it just enough so Sutton who has made some great plays out there and right, including a big diving catch to end an inning when it could have been much worse. Drops that one, and I told you, Zerb will be fine to reach on an error. Would want a little bit more than that, but it is an error that scores a run, makes it 9-4 MCC. Zerble got all the way to second. Peltz got to third. So now 2 in scoring position as that one is swung on and fouled off the lower body of Hackbarth. He's in the hole 0-2. That one skips in the dirt. Wild pitch will score 1. The third time Scott has scored on a wild pitch, and it's Peltz that scampers home to make it 10-4 now. The Scots are in double digits. Zerble got to third. And now just 1 in scoring position. Zerble 90 feet away for Hackbarth. Hackbarth 1 for 2 today, walked his most recent time up, has a single as well. Swings on that one, fouls it away, stays 1-2. Low, good stop behind the plate by Chirinos. Count goes to 2-2 with 2 outs here. Runner on third is Zerble. 10-4 ball game. MCC leads Prairie State. That one swung on over to third, playable for Cortez. He's got to throw across the diamond, and it's off the money. It pulls Woodruff off the bag, and I believe what will be, now that one will go down as an infield single. It was a tough play for Cortez. Had to throw it all the way across the diamond on that slow roller to him. So that one goes down as a hit and an RBI infield single from Jaden Hackbarth. Even though that one does go down as a hit, all the runs in this inning anyway against Perez will go as unearned. That one's in the dirt. Hackbarth rounding and going for 3. No, he's got about halfway there to second. Or it's got halfway between second and third, I mean. But he ends up deciding not to go and challenge the arm of Chirinos. But the wild pitch makes it 1-0 and advances Hackbarth into scoring position. Like I said, none of these runs going to go as earned against Perez because of that error that should have been out number 3 on the E9 by Sutton. Swing and a miss there. Count goes 1-1. Swung on. This one will be another tough one. The throw by Brody, and it's another infield single for MCC as they are getting on any way they can this inning. Hackbarth advances to third. Kanalakis was the man that beat out that infield single. He's on first. Runners on the corners. 2 outs for Tyler Castro. First pitch to Castro goes high. Counts 1-0 now. 2 outs. Runners on the corners. It's 11-4 MCC over Prairie State. Runners going. The throw. Got him at second. Kanalakis caught at second there. He doesn't like the call. He's going to camp out there for a while to show his protest, but to no avail. The 5th inning ends on a caught stealing great throw by Chirinos, but MCC ends up getting 3 unearned runs across to answer the 3 by Prairie State in the top of the 5th, and it's 11-4 as we head to the 6th. Back here in the top of the 6th, and another new pitcher for MCC. It's Josh Ralston, and you'll see Tyler Brody to start off his outing. Jalazinski, just the 1 inning pitch, 1 hit allowed, 3 runs across, 1 of them goes down as earned, 2 strikeouts to 1 walk. First pitch from Ralston into Brody as a called strike. Count goes to 0-1. Ralston, this is his 3rd season as a Scot, only made 1 appearance in the COVID-shortened 2020 season. And this year, this is his 6th appearance, a 2-0 record in 6 1/3 innings pitched. He's got an ERA of 1.42, 11 strikeouts to 5 walks. Finds a way into the zone there. Tyler Brody does not like that one. That one, from my angle, looked like it could have been a little bit low. See where Brody was coming from. And he swings on that one in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher Schwalbach. Throw over to first is in time, so Ralston gets started with a K. Last season, Ralston made a total of 8 appearances. Got a 1-0 record. Did get a save and a 5.40 ERA. 19 strikeouts to 8 walks for the technically sophomore on the roster listed, but almost in his junior year here, except that doesn't really work at the JUCO level. 3rd year sophomore. Went to high school at Lincoln Way East, and he's got a 1-1 count after that one's called a strike versus Parker Sutton. Sutton had a big double his first time up, flied out to center in his most recent appearance. Time called. Ralston, like so many of these Scots pitchers, got the long hair flowing out the back of the hat. He definitely has some of the longer hair, though, out of these MCC pitchers. And that one, another ball that just perfectly finds that lower outside corner that the umpire is liking. And then he tried to get him to chase, just like he got out of the last batter, Brody. But Sutton holds back. Ball's in the dirt, counts 2-2. 2-2, one out here. Top of the sixth. This one's hit into the outfield. Charging on it was both the center fielder, Jenke, and the right fielder, Zerbel. Nobody can get there. It's a base hit for Parker Sutton. He's 2 for 3 today, batting in the 9th slot. We'll see if he moves up in Game 2, and that's a good time to remind you that Game 2 will be coming up shortly after the conclusion of this game. It'll be on a different link, but on the same channel here. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast. First ever video broadcast. That one hits the zone. Still very much room for improvement, but trying to bring you the number 16 ranked Scots any way we can. 0-1 count here to Alfonso Franks, who's over 2 today. Does have a walk. That one misses. Count goes 1-1. Sutton is over on first with 1 out in the 11-4 MCC lead. Pickoff attempt over to first, unsuccessful. Count stays 1-1. 1 out. Hits are just 11-7 in favor of MCC, but they've taken much more advantage. This one hit down the third base line, going to be tough. Just going to take the fielder's choice over to second is Hackbarth, as he had to field that one backhand. Almost hit the third base bag, but Hackbarth knew the throw to second would be much simpler than trying to go across the diamond. Also get the lead runner. That's exactly what happened. Fielder's choice 5-4 makes it 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Franks now on first. Armani Sanchez swings on the first pitch, and that one is a fair ball down the line. Rounding for third is Franks. He's going to get in there safely. A stand-up double for Armani Sanchez. That one came with a lot more pace on it to Hackbarth than the one he had just before that did. And he wasn't hugging that third base line close enough to be able to try and snag it. So instead it got by him. Kanalakis had to scamper from left field to get it. And now runners on second and third with 2 outs. Big spot for the catcher for the Pioneers, Gabriel Chirinos. And another low pitch called to strike. Chirinos, who's been seeing a lot of balls been called that he's been catching behind the plate. All he can do is shake his head and step back in. 0-1 with 2 outs. That one will miss low and away. Good snag by Schwalbach behind the plate. Count is 1-1 now. Franks is at third, Sanchez at second. The 1-1, and scoots out of the way of that one. Didn't really jump, just kind of shot his feet back out, but very close to plunking him on the toe there and loading the bases was Josh Ralston, the MCC pitcher. 17th pitch of the inning for Ralston. Fires. Swung on and missed by Chirinos. Another big couple gusts of wind coming up here. As I'm grimacing as it happens because it is not a warm wind. I can tell you that much. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch misses low and away. Now it's full. 3-2. Chirinos has singled his most recent time up, singled up the middle. Also has a walk in his first plate appearance. 1 for 2 today. 3-2 misses low, and he will walk again and load the bases for Richard Woodruff. Woodruff, 2 Ks and a base on balls for him. Big moment. As Woodruff steps in, the first baseman, in a time when you see so many people wear batting gloves, arm protectors, anything. Woodruff doesn't wear anything on his arms, and that one almost hit him, but instead it will just be a wild pitch that will get away from the catcher Schwalbach. Franks will score from third. Everybody else moves up a base, including Sanchez to third and Chirinos to second. That makes it 11-5 on the wild pitch run score. As Ralston right now just trying to get his grip back of the ball. Obviously showed some control issues. Trying to rein it back in. 1-0. That one misses low. Counts now 2-0, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. 11-5. MCC leads Prairie State. MCC has scored in every inning. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the third. So that one's fouled off. 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth. Pioneers didn't score until the third when they put in a lone run. They put 3 in the top of the fifth. And they've scored 1 already this inning on that wild pitch you saw just a second ago. It's 2-1 now. Time is called. In the strike zone, says the home plate umpire. There was a check swing from Woodruff. He didn't come across. Home plate umpire says it was in the zone, and another one of those low benders from Ralston that was called a strike. That one fouled off. The sun is intermittently coming out to join us here. I got a 2-2 count. The scoreboard says 3-2. So we'll see what happens. It was 2-2 because that was a ball that missed. Now it's 3-2. Full count pitch. Runners on second and third. He does have a base to put Woodruff on, but I'm sure Ralston would love to not load the bases again. Get out of here with the strikeout. He will load the bases. That one misses high. And Woodruff now means that all ducks are on the pond. Woodruff first, Chirinos second, Sanchez third, as Gabe Cortez 1 for 3 today steps up. Eleven to 5 here. Can MCC get out of this jam with minimal damage? Or will Cortez make the Scots pay? That one missing low. Count is 1-0. 1-0, 2 outs, bases loaded. In the zone, 1-1 now. I keep on checking the weather to see if it's finally starting to go down, but apparently in some way it's continuing to go up. It's crested over 40 degrees now, 41 by my count. That one misses. Count is 2-1. Not by my count, by my thermometer. But it continues to feel colder, and I'm sure everybody on the field that has a bare hand sticking out knows that. Good block there behind the plate by Schwalbach, but the count is 3-1 after that ball is in the dirt. Two outs, bases loaded, 11-5. MCC leads Prairie State. Cortez is at the plate, and we'll see a 3-1 pitch. Ooh, that was a close check swing there from Cortez. And we're going to get a meeting on the mound. This might be it for Ralston, as we are going to get the call to the pen. So Ralston's able to get 2 outs this inning, but he leaves with the bases loaded. We're going to let the new pitcher warm up, and we'll tell you about him when we come back. Back here in the top of the 6th, the bases are loaded. MCC leads Prairie State 11-6. And we just got the new pitcher for MCC replacing Josh Ralston. It's Luke Uwat making his 4th appearance. No wins, no losses. 1 save for him, though. No earned runs against him. 4 runs total, though. Allowed 4 hits, and he is a strikeout specialist. In 5 2/3 innings, he has 12 Ks to just 3 walks. Up steps Devin Smith, 1 for 2. First pitch in the zone. Count goes 0-1. 1-1 now as that one misses low. That one is swung on. High fly ball out to center field. Camping under it is Janke, and Luke Uwatt gets out of the jam with no more damage. MCC keeps a 5-run lead as they head to the bottom of the 6th. But it is an inning where 2 runs got across for Prairie State. We'll see if the Scots can answer when we come right back. Back here at the bottom of the 6th, Tyler Castro's last plate appearance. Actually, you can't even call it that. His last trip to the plate, though, was ended when the MCC base runner was thrown out on the base paths. He's 0 for 2 today. Has reached twice, though, on a fielder's choice and a walk. First pitch swinging, and it's a foul ball. Count goes to 0-1 versus Castro. Merlin Perez still out there, 22 pitches in his first inning of work. As that one sails beyond the glove of Chirinos behind the plate. Counts now 1-1. That one will miss. Counts now 2-1. MCC so far has scored in all 5 of their offensive innings. Trying to keep that streak alive. That one again just sails, and the first time it sailed beyond the glove of Chirinos. He put his glove and at least kind of tried for that one. And that time he just let it ride. 3-1 now coming into Castro. Fouled off. We got a full count. Payoff pitch coming. Swung on and missed by Castro. He goes down, and it's actually the first Scot to be struck out today. Mendez left with the 0 Ks. And Perez gets his first there. Not bad, though, for the Scots to go 5 innings, score 11 runs. That means a total of 35 plate appearances happened, and not one strikeout happened among them. It's a pretty impressive number for sure for the Scots. Couldn't take it the distance, though. Still got that 11-6 lead here in the bottom of the 6th as Maristella hits that one, and that one's going to squeak through for a single for Marcus Maristella. Hard to have a guy like that go 0 for 4 as it leaked by the outstretched glove of Cortez. Brody had another chance at it, but even if he would have got to it, it would not have mattered with the speed of Maristella. He gets to first cleanly and sets up a good situation for Mason Schwalbach. Schwalbach 2 for 3 today, hit by a pitch, but 2 doubles. First pitch is a called strike, and that count goes 0-1. 1 out here, bottom of the 6th. 11-6 MCC leads Prairie State. Maristella's going. The throw not in time. Safe on the stolen base attempt from Marcus Maristella. I mentioned those wheels, and you see it pretty cleanly right there. There's Maristella has his 5th stolen base of the year. Cold strike, though, count goes to 0-2. As Marlon Perez steps off. Looks Maristella back to second. Maristella only kind of went halfway back to second, though. This one popped up. The run over from Cortez, trying to see if he has the room. And he maybe had a chance to reach over the fence there. Instead, that ends up as a souvenir, or pseudo souvenir. They're gonna throw it back. Give it to Jared Wacker. He's over coaching third base right now. 0-2. That one swung on, cracked foul down the first base line. We'll do 0-2 again. That one swung on, high fly ball in the right center gap, and it's caught by the center fielder. Tagging up is Maristella. He will do so successfully. And so a fly out to center field. Maristella moves up. Alex Jankian now. He's going to smack that one. Hard rip down the third base line, but Cortez reaches up and snags it out of the air for out number 3. So the first scoreless inning for MCC. They still have a 5-run lead as the Pioneers will get their last hacks in game 1 when we come back for the 7th. back here in the top of the 7th, the last hacks for Prairie State. Luis Savico leads them off 1 for 3 today. Luke Uwat coming out, was able to get out of the jam in the in the top half of the 6th. As the first crack here is out to left field, camping under it and making the grab is Dimitri Kanalakis. He grabs it for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. Final line on Ralston after getting out of that inning with nowhere damage across once Uwat came in. 2/3 of an innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, 2 runs both earned, 1 strikeout, 3 walks. So in the end, not as bad as it could have been as Tyler Brody steps up 0 for 3 today. That one will miss. Count goes 1-0. Uwat, I think, should be in line for the save, I'm pretty sure. Because technically, when he came in, bases loaded, tying, or the run at the plate would have made it 11-10, and the tying run was was on deck. So I believe if he is able to pick this up, it would be enough for the save for him. Still's got to finish this out though, and still waiting to see if that gets called a base hit there or not by Brody, as that one got hit to Maristella at short, but he couldn't field it cleanly. I think he would have beat it out anyway, so. Oh, nope, never mind. It'll go down as an error. Scratch what I said. E6 gets Brody to first. Foul ball makes it 0-1. Parker Sutton up now. He's 2 for 3 today. Good breaking ball there. Got Sutton to protect himself a little bit, but it ends up almost finding the strike zone. Still misses though. Ball is 1-1. Again, I'd like to remind you to find the link for Game 2. You can find that on MCC's social media, on the Twitter page, or you can just click the user on this, MCC videos, and we have the link to the second game that will begin shortly. 1-2 count with 1 out here. Swung on another foul ball. Sutton doubled his first time up, single in his most recent trip. Only time he came up empty was in his second at-bat when he flied out to center. Time is called. Some appeals from the MCC dugout that it was a little bit late. The home plate umpire acknowledges it was. Says it was his bat. Another 1-2 coming in, this one, hopefully of the more official variety. Swung on, high pop up, over near first base. And it will be caught for the out over there. 2 gone now. Brody stays close enough to first to not get doubled off there. But the pop foul out means that the Prairie State Pioneers are down to their final out, and it's Alfonso Franks, the man at the plate, with the last chance to try and find a comeback. He started this ball game off, and now has a chance to either extend it or end it. 2 outs here, top 7. MCC leads 11-6. Runner on first. Swing and a miss from Alfonso Franks. Makes it 0-1. more cold wind gusts coming up. That one's cracked into right field for a base hit. Brody will round to go for 3, and the cutoff will take it. So no throw, ends up going all the way to third. So a base hit from Alfonso Franks extends this ball game a little bit longer, as Brody getting to third means runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the 7th. And like I said, this cold wind, I bet everybody on, especially on the MCC side, winning right now is just begging for the game to end so they can warm back up, get ready for game number 2. Runners going, the throw gets into the outfield. So it'll be an E2 to score a run there on the successful steal from Franks, because Brody will scamper home after that error. Franks now at second, 1-0. 11-7 is the score. That one will miss. Count goes to 2-0. That one will miss. Count goes 3-0 right now for Armani Sanchez. He's had a pretty good day offensively, 2 for 3, as well as a hit by pitch. In the strike zone there is Luke Watt. That one swung on, almost nabbed over at third by Hackbarth. He went full extension to get that, but could only knock it down, so it goes as an infield single. And we continue this ball game here with runners on the corners. Again, Franks at third, Sanchez at first, and Gabriel Chirinos will step up now. He's 1 for 2, walked his most recent time, has a single as well. Never mind. This is not Chirinos. This is a pinch hitter. Number 7, Jose Avila. First pitch swinging, and he cracks a single out into left field, so the pinch hitter pays off with just one hit there. On the RBI single by Avila. As now up comes Richard Woodruff. Strike there, makes the count 0-1. But after that RBI single, that means tying run is at the plate right now in Woodruff, and it will need to be him, or at least a pinch runner or something. Runners are going on this wild pitch. So things have gotten interesting here in the top of the 7th. Count is 1-1. And that one will miss. Count is now 2-1 for MCC, the number 16 team in the nation. A 10-game winning streak on the line right now. Still got another game to play after this. That one swung on over to second. Should end it, and it does. A little bit of sweat on the brow if it was hot enough for that to happen. but as much of it as possible. Maybe spooked the Scots a little bit, but they end up slamming the door shut as it ends on a ground out to second base. The final score of this ball game, 11-8 in favor of the MCC Scots. The tying run got to the plate there in the top of the seventh, but Woodruff grounds out to end the ball game. The line score for MCC, 11 runs on 12 hits and 4 errors for them. Prairie State, 8 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors. The winning pitcher was Michael Moore. He threw 4 innings, allowed 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. The losing pitcher, Mendez, 4 1/3 from him, 6 earned runs against him, no strikeouts, and 6 walks. I believe Uwat gets credit for the save. 1 1/3 innings pitched, no earned runs, no strikeouts, no walks. Thanks for joining us for this first ever video streaming of MCC baseball. Please feel free to join us again for game 2. I'm going to go to my car and get an extra coat because the wind is still gnarly cold, but I'll be back to bring you this game. My name's Scott Gladstone. Thank you for joining us for MCC Scots baseball. We'll see you in just a few minutes for game 2. Scots win 11-8.